Hello and welcome back to the channel. It's from North London's Wembley here, and today we're diving deep into my Premier League Game Week 6 predictions. I've done the research, looked at the stats, and I've got some bold calls lined up. After I go through all my predictions, I'll reveal what you guys predicted in the community poll, and trust me, there are some major differences this week. Let's get into it. Brentford are struggling under new boss Keith Andrews. They've only picked up 4 points from 6 games, and their defence has been leaky. 10 goals conceded, the most at this stage since 2003-04. They've also dropped 8 points from winning positions, which shows a lack of game management. Manchester United, meanwhile, are starting to find rhythm. Their 2-1 win over Chelsea last week was a scrappy but vital. Bruno Fernandes and Casemiro stepped up, though Casemiro is suspended for this one. Amorim's side are creating more chances this season, averaging 16.2 shots per game, up from last year. United haven't won away in their last 7 Premier League games, but Brentford's form is worse. I'm backing United to edge it 2-1, with Fernandes likely to be key again. Chelsea are unbeaten in 12 straight home league games, with 7 clean sheets in their last 9 at Stamford Bridge. Despite a chaotic loss to United, they bounced back midweek in the EFL Cup, albeit against Lincoln City. Brighton, on the other hand, are exciting but inconsistent. They smashed Barnsley 6-0 in the Cup, with Diego Gomez scoring 4 goals, but in the league they've shown away Leeds, including a 2-0 advantage versus Spurs last week. Chelsea's home form and Brighton's away struggles, 0 points on the road so far, make me lean toward a 2-1 Chelsea win. Expect a tight game, but Chelsea's midfield should control it. Palace are unbeaten in 11 Premier League games, and they've only conceded 2 goals all season, joint best with Arsenal. Glasner's side are well drilled and hard to break down. Liverpool, though, are flying. They've won 7 straight games in all competitions, and their attack is clicking. Alexander Isak is expected to start, and Salah continues to be a threat. Palace have a great record at home, but Liverpool have won 9 of their last 10 away games at Selhurst Park. I think Palace will score, but Liverpool's quality will shine through. I'm going 2-1 Liverpool. Leeds have a perfect record against Bournemouth at home, 7 wins from 7, but this season feels different. They've kept 3 clean sheets at Elland Road, but injuries to Jadon Bogle and Wilfred Gnonto could hurt them. Bournemouth are quietly impressive. They've kept 3 clean sheets already and have scored in 16 of their last 17 away games. Their defence is solid, allowing just 40 shots all season, second best in the league. I'm going bold here with a 1-0 Bournemouth win. Their structure and counter-attacking threat could be enough to break Leeds' streak. City are coming off a frustrating draw with Arsenal, but they're back at the Etihad where they've dominated Burnley in recent years, winning the last 6 meetings, scoring 18 goals and conceding just 1. Burnley only have one win in 5 games, and their defence has been shaky. City, even with Haaland's fitness in question, have enough firepower with Foden and Doku to get the job done. I'm going 3-0 City, a routine win to get back on track. Forest are still adapting to Ange Postecoglou's style. They've drawn their last 2, including a 2-2 Europa League thriller versus Real Betis, and haven't won in 4 games. But Igor Jesus looks sharp, and this is Postecoglou's first home league game. Sunderland are the best performing promoted side so far, 8 points from 5 games, and they've scored 6 second-half goals, second only to Liverpool. But they're missing key players like Reinildo and Habib Diarra. I think Forest will finally get their first win under Ange. I'm going 2-1 with Jesus and Gibbs White likely to be involved. Spurs are unbeaten in their last 15 home games against teams starting the day bottom of the table. Thomas Frank has made a strong start, and the comeback versus Brighton showed real character. Wolves are bottom, having lost all 5 games, and could become the first team since Norwich in 2021 to lose their first 6 Premier League games. They've also trailed at half-time in 9 straight games. Richarlison loves playing Wolves, 6 goals against them, and I think he'll score again. I'm going 2-0 Spurs. Come on, you Spurs. Aston Villa are in crisis mode. After a strong 2024-25 campaign that saw them reach the Champions League quarter-finals, they've started the season with no wins in 5 Premier League games, sitting 18th in the table. Their only victory this season came midweek in the Europa League against Bologna, thanks to a John McGinn screamer. Villa's big issue is scoring. They've only netted once in the league, and Ollie Watkins is on a 7-game goal drought. Injuries to key midfielders like Amadou Onana, Ross Barkley and Youri Tielemans have left them short of creativity. Fulham, meanwhile, are flying. They're unbeaten at home and have picked up 7 points from 3 games at Craven Cottage, sitting 8th in the table. However, they've yet to win away, and their only loss came on the road at Chelsea. Despite Villa's struggles, I think they'll finally get their first league win here. Fulham's away form is shaky, and Villa will be desperate. I'm going 1-0 Villa, with McGinn or Sancho likely to be the difference maker. This is a huge clash at St James's Park. Newcastle have beaten Arsenal in their last 3 home meetings, all without conceding a goal. They're aiming for a 4th straight win over the Gunners at home, something they haven't done in 56 years. However, Newcastle's attack has been poor, just 3 goals in 5 games. Joint second worst in the league. They've kept 3 clean sheets, but they're missing key players like Fabian Schär and Jacob Ramsey. Arsenal are unbeaten in their last 4 league games, and while they've drawn with City and struggled in the EFL Cup, they've still scored 10 goals, one of the best tallies in the league. Bukayo Saka is back and chasing his 100th Premier League goal or assist. Despite Newcastle's strong home record, I think Arsenal's quality will shine through. I'm going 2-1 Arsenal, with Saka and Eze likely to be involved. Everton are looking to bounce back after a 2-0 loss to Wolves, but they've been solid at home, unbeaten at the Hill Dickinson Stadium, with a 2-0 win over Brighton and a 0-0 draw with Villa. Jared Branthwaite is back from injury, and Moyes is expected to return as a stronger lineup, including Dewsbury Hall, Grealish and Njai. Merlin Roll could also return, adding depth to the midfield. West Ham are in trouble. They're 19th in the table, have lost 4 of their last 5, and are missing key players like Thomas Souček, who is suspended, and Aaron Wan-Bissaka due to injury. They've struggled to score and defend, and Graham Potter's side looks disjointed. I'm backing Everton to win 2-0, with Beto and Grealish likely to cause problems. West Ham's form is just too poor to ignore. Alright, now that you've heard all of my predictions, let's take a look at what you guys predicted in the community poll. Some of these are spot on with mine, but others not so much. Let's break it down match by match. Total agreement here. You guys are fully backing United just like me. Brentford form has been poor and United are starting to click. No surprises, we're all expecting a United win. Now this one's interesting. I went with the Chelsea win, but most of you are backing Brighton. That makes sense. Brighton have been exciting and Chelsea are still inconsistent, but I think Stamford Bridge will make the difference. We'll see who's right. Wow. Not a single vote for Liverpool. You're all expecting a draw, which is bold considering Liverpool's form. Palace are tough to beat, especially at home, but I think Liverpool still edge it. This could be one of the biggest disagreements of the week. Another one where I'm going against the grain. I picked Bournemouth to win, but none of you did. Leeds have a strong home record, so I get it, but Bournemouth's defensive stats are underrated. This could be a sneaky upset.